We are inside 1 minute to the 5-minute mark. Inside 1 minute, we will have H1 Unlimited hydroplanes on the water. We're going to go racing in Heat 2, presented by HomeStreet Bank.
This is Kathy. I'm still seeing people in the water down by the beach.
He's still seeing people in the water. Can you get him out? You've got 30 seconds. 20.
Race fans, if you are in the water, we need you up on the beach, out of the sand and out of the water. We've got hydroplanes coming out in 15 seconds. Please help us and get out of the water immediately. Thank you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1. Mark, 5 minutes. Green flag in the course.
Inside the 5-minute period for heat number 2 of H1 Unlimited here at the HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. Jamie Nielsen out first, followed by Jeff Bernard, Jimmy Shane, J. Michael Kelly. Picturesque afternoon here at Mission Bay in San Diego, California for heat number 2 of the HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. J. Michael Kelly, the last to be out. Brad, we're 4 minutes and 20 seconds until the start. Gives me an opportunity to welcome our listeners listening on Works 96.7 FM, WRX in Madison, Indiana. They're picking up our H1 Unlimited audio call through Tate Meyer with H1 Unlimited. Station manager Tim Torrance, the voice of Unlimited Hydroplanes at WORX. And we're 4 minutes until the start. Madison, Indiana, good afternoon.
WORX, your hydroplane racing station. I've got a hat, that's what it says. Let's look at the 4 boats in this heat. The U1, Miss HomeStreet, Jimmy Shane. He has been the class of the field all weekend. Quite candidly, it's been a class of the field all summer long. U9, Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly. The U11, Legend Yacht Transport, Chartreuse and Royal Blue. Can't miss that one on the water. Jamie Nielsen behind the wheel. Jeff Bernard pilots the black and gold. Goodman Real Estate, it is the U91. Shane, Kelly, Nielsen, Bernard. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Jeff Ayler, the last time our boats were out here in Heat 1, J. Michael Kelly was able to secure lane 1. He was able to hold off Jimmy Shane for over 2 laps, but Jimmy finally got him on the outside. I think Kelly's got to put that boat again on an inside lane to have a chance against Jimmy.
We are now 3 minutes until the start. The boat performance has improved dramatically for the U9 Miss Tri-Cities here this weekend, but J. Michael Kelly woke up yesterday, running well so far here on this Sunday at the HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. 2:45 until the start. Right now, Brad, Jimmy Shane is in lane number 3 in heat number 1. They've secured the National High Point Championship. No need to be aggressive, no need to be too cute right here. Keep your boat clean because the big prize is later today in the Bill Muncey Cup.
And we're talking about J. Michael Kelly, making sure he works for an inside lane. He's coming up here to the top end of the race course, and he is right up against the outside course markers as he comes up the backstretch. I don't think that's because he wants to race on the outside. I think he's trying to scruff off time. You can run those S-curves coming up the backstretch, or you can ride the great big course. Nobody's right behind him, so he was able to get away with that. He has now moved to an inside lane. Now, this is going to be very interesting, except Bernard is going to come across and get in behind J. Michael Kelly, I believe.
Oh, and Kelly had to cut to the right.
Yeah, Kelly had to move to the right. There may be something questionable there. There is a lane violation rule, or a rule that states when you come from the inside of the course to the outside of the course, as Jeff Bernard just did, you do not have rights to that lane until such time as you pass 2 buoys. But it certainly appeared like from here that JMK had to move his boat to the right to avoid possibly running into Jeff Bernard's U91 Goodman Real Estate. 1:15 until the start. Bring him up the backstretch, Jeff.
And we'll call it physically, and we've already got it. 1 lap penalty on the U91 Miss Goodman Real Estate prior to the start for that lane infraction that Brad Luce just announced. Right now, lane number 1, Jeff Bernard, Miss Goodman Real Estate. We've received word on that 1-lap penalty. Lane number 2, J. Michael Kelly, Miss Tri-Cities. Lane number 3, Jimmy Shane, Miss HomeStreet. Lane number 4, Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport. And Kelly cleaning those sponsons is, like I say, moved to the right a little bit, 40 seconds away. Brad Bernard with the 1-lap penalty. Legal starters in 2, 3, and 4. Bring them to the green flag for heat number 2.
30 seconds until the start. I think our 2 boats out front are still might be a little bit early. Do not expect Jeff Bernard to pull his foot. I expect Jeff Bernard to run hard. He's sitting in lane number 1. They're getting to the exit pin at about... Right now, they're there at 16 seconds. It's about a 12-second run. You got to like where Jimmy Shane is sitting right now. Bernard in 1. It is Kelly in 2. It is Shane in 3. It's Nielsen on the outside. Coming up on 5 seconds to our start. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. And we are racing here in Heat 2, presented by HomeStreet Bank. Down to the lower end of the race course. Kelly is losing power going down the front straightaway, or at least he did momentarily, because he has fallen way off the pace as they enter the lower corner. The start is under review, and right now you've got Jeff Bernard on the inside. You got Jimmy Shane on the outside. Already have a penalty on the boat in lane 1. This one's confusing, Jeff.
We'll call it physically on the course by the rules called. Jimmy Shane, your leader, Miss HomeStreet, make it a 5-boat length advantage over Jamie Nielsen and Legend Yacht Transport in second. J. Michael Kelly in third. Jeff Bernard, your physical leader, actually fourth in Goodman Real Estate.
Yeah, top end of the race course here. They got to come down and put the first of 3 laps in the books. And we've got what do we got, Jeff?
Another 1-lap penalty on Miss Goodman Real Estate for a gun jump. So Jeff Bernard will have to run a 5-lap heat and a 3-lapper.
Yeah, this is becoming a tough heat for Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. He is keeping his foot in it, as I thought he might do. He may pull it out a little bit now, but it is the 2 boats from Madison, Indiana, tied together down there at the lower end of the race course. But in reality, with the penalties on the 91, the Goodman Real Estate, it is all Jimmy Shane.
It's a pretty picture up the back straightaway. Bernard to the buoy. Shane, your leader in the HomeStreet blue and white Miss HomeStreet. Jamie Nielsen remains in second. J. Michael Kelly in third. Bernard in fourth with those 2 1-lap penalties. Brad coming into turn number 2. Shane looking good in front.
Well, Shane has looked good all weekend, and now he's opened up about 6 boat lengths on his teammate. And coming up now on the outside, and in fact, the boat that's running very, very good out here right now is Legend Yacht Transport, the U11, Jamie Nielsen. He is pulling up on the outside, going to get close to Jeff Bernard in the U91. And Jeff Ayler, I actually expected J. Michael Kelly to make a strong run to try and go after Jamie Nielsen. If he did, it's flat not happening, because Jamie Nielsen is running as good as he has all weekend.
Nielsen looking good. Brad, you are correct in Legend Yacht Transport. Final time around for the 1, 11, and 9. Boat number 91, 2 1-lap penalties. Jimmy Shane clearly out in front. 1/2 a lap to go, and you won Miss HomeStreet. Jamie Nielsen in second in Legend Yacht Transport. J. Michael Kelly third, Miss Tri-Cities. Bernard in fourth in Goodman Real Estate. Jimmy Shane looking for his second heat win of the afternoon. Final turn, final lap in front in HomeStreet Bank.
It's all Jimmy Shane, but look at Jamie Nielsen. This is the best the boat has looked in quite some time. I think Scott and Shannon Rainey have got to be pretty happy about this. Kelly coming around the upper corner in third, but it is Jimmy Shane coming down to pick up the checkered flag in our Heat 2, presented by HomeStreet Bank. Second place is going to go to Jamie Nielsen, driving the Legend Yacht Transport. Jamie Nielsen driving for Scott and Shannon Rainey. J. Michael Kelly will pick up third place finish here. He driving for Daryl and Vanessa Strong out of the Tri-Cities and the Miss Tri-Cities. And our fourth place finisher with a couple of penalties, and he's still got some work to do, will go to Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. We are being told he's only going to run 1 extra lap instead of 2.
Correct. Just got that word, Brad. Bernard was issued 2 1-lap penalties, but they're going to let him do 1 extra lap more, which will make a 4-lap heat for Bernard. So Shane wins it, followed by Nielsen and Kelly in third, and Bernard right now about at the back straightaway mark in the Goodman Real Estate. So a little bit more work for Jeff to do. in the 4th place position in the Goodman Real Estate. And Brad, you were right on it in that race before the race. I was not surprised when I heard the violation come over the radio.
Yeah, I wasn't either, and I actually thought when we saw Jeff cutting across the race course with Kelly coming out of the top end, it looked to me, and again, our angle is so strong, I thought that Jeff was going to pull out onto the race course behind J. Michael Kelly, but in reality, he did turn onto the race course in front of him. That created a situation. He pulled onto the race course in a lane that was already occupied by JMK. Mike had to alter his course, thus the penalty got called.
And Jeff Bernard did cross the line in 4th. Jeff has already cut through the infield, making his way back to the pit area in Miss Goodman Real Estate. Once again, it's unofficial until all 4 H1 Unlimited hydroplanes clear tech inspection. So write them down in pencil. Jimmy Shane, your winner in Miss HomeStreet. 2nd place to Jamie Nielsen in Legend Yacht Transport. 3rd will go to J. Michael Kelly in U9 Miss Tri-Cities. And 4th position will go to Jeff Bernard in U91 Miss Goodman Real Estate. Final heat coming up for the Bill Muncey Cup, presented by HomeStreet Bank at 3:40 Pacific time. For our listeners back in Madison, Indiana, that will be 6:40 Eastern time. And Brad, NFL football's already began their games here. The 1 o'clock games, I'm always used to them at